Hey, everybody. So, how do you know that you are in your authenticity? Was a question that I received recently. Now, I'm going to do my best to hold this up to my mouth because it's very windy here. It almost blew my phone down a few times. And chances are it's not going to pick up my voice as well down here. So, hopefully, you can hear me okay. The question, how do you know you are in your authenticity? Well, first, I would say is if you're asking the question, you're probably not. The question is the answer in and of itself. Because if you are in your authenticity, you know it. You know you're fully doing exactly what you want to do. Doesn't mean you're doing it all the time. Doesn't mean you're happy all the time. It produces more experience and more joy. Those are the terms that I like to use, that my guides have kind of shown me through this journey, that as I embrace my authenticity about who I am and doing this journey of living in the car, living on the road, working with all of you, doing the spirit work, shifting left and right on projects and this and that. It's like, it's not that it is a journey of creating more happiness. That's not what it's about. It's about being in a frequency of joy and experiencing more joy, experiencing more growth, more experiences that fulfill you. You know, you're not always happy when an experience fulfills you. So you have to kind of be in this space of knowing whether or not you are fulfilled is the word that I'm getting. Are you fulfilled? Is there something that seems to be like, I need more, I need different, I need that? Now, on my journey, I can say there's always something that we can do that can bring us more, something bigger, something better. But what I try to tell people and teach them too as they go on their journey is that most people see the end goal. Now, as a time traveler myself, I um and I'm if I'm pausing, it's because I'm getting texts that I'm like, they keep breaking my focus. As a time traveler, so I'm gonna look away from the phone for a minute. As a time traveler, I experience a lot of the end result of things, which is beautiful beyond belief. And some of those things have actually come into fruition, which is the craziest thing. The craziest thing is to time travel is something literally consciously, energetically be in that space, that moment, experience it, and then to experience it again in the moment and look at the person beside you and be like, this was that moment I was telling you about, type of thing, or one of those moments anyway. So we see the end result, we see the end goal. We don't know how we get there, the steps to get there. Some people just see the goal in their mind and they go, I want to be there. You can't just be there. You have to take steps to get there, to get to that place. And that takes your authenticity to get to that goal. That takes embracing yourself. That takes looking at people who will tell you no, who will deny you, who will tell you it's the wrong move, tell you that shifting your career or your livelihood in any way, shifting the way that you live, whether it's on the road, in an apartment, a house, shifting whatever, doesn't matter, whatever comes to mind for you. They will tell you not to do it. They will tell you it's too dangerous, it's scary, you're going to get hurt, you get yourself in trouble, these types of things. They will tell you all of this stuff. You have to ask yourself, what is the value of your authenticity? What is the value of embracing yourself? Do you have a goal in mind? Are you able to see that goal in your mind? If you're able to see that goal, do you really want it to come true? Because if you want it to come true, you have to embrace yourself. If you have any question about whether you are in your authenticity, then you're not. For me, I'm in my authenticity. Now, here's the thing though. I'm not in my full authenticity. I'm in my full authenticity in this moment. I'm in my full authenticity for the resources I have and the energy that is present in this moment. I'm always trying to do my work. I'm always trying to grow. I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to clear past issues that I still have to heal and do these different things. That is authentic to me right now, but I know my authentic future is quite different because I did the work now, because I said, okay, I'm not going to listen to what other people are saying. I'm not going to listen to my family saying this is a stupid idea to live on the road, or that, uh, I went into web development. I talk about that from time to time. Went into freelance web development in 2009, right after the economic crash. I left my job. I walked out on them. I got fed up. I walked out. People told me I was stupid, told me they fought me. In that moment, my authentic self knew nothing other than web development. And this is the parallel. I knew nothing in that moment other than I wasn't happy working for somebody else. And I knew how to do web development. So I set out creating my own business. Friends tried to get me to go to jobs. I could have easily taken a job starting 60 to 80,000. Now, for some people, if you live in a city, that's not a lot. In a country town where I lived, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. It goes a long way, a really long way. And so I could have been living really well, debt free, all this other stuff, working for a company. I said no over and over again, fought with people, fought and fought. It was authentic for me in that time to leave that job in space and do what I wanted, which was to live on my own and figure it out. And I did. I had help. I had a cheap place to rent because my mom owned it. I had other help that helped out, but I was living authentic. So Spirit provided me the means to do that. And then there came a time where web development was like, this isn't authentic to me anymore. It shifted. I started writing. I wrote my fantasy books. I wrote my fantasy series. Something I'm still working on. I haven't in a few years because my authenticity shifted again and I needed to write spiritual books and do the spiritual work. And now it's shifting again where I can see and feel the energy of the fantasy books coming back and going, okay, I need to embrace that again soon. Not yet, not in the space yet, but I can feel it coming. What is authentic for you in the moment shifts and changes, and you have to go, okay, am I doing what I want to do in this moment? If you are yearning for something, if you are in a space where the energy you exist in is lacking something, even if you don't know what it is, then you're not in the full authentic energy of that moment and what you need to be, because you are feeling the lack of something, the need for something outside yourself, which means you need to go within. You need to go within and figure out what that is. A lot of times it's literally just picking up a hobby. I can't tell you how many times, time and time again, people come to me and their guides are like, you need to start with something small, a hobby. It will lead you to more, but you have to discover it. You have to get into a space of discovery, into a space where you can authentically begin to learn more about yourself, heal yourself, and figure out, what do you want? One of the questions that came through was, if you have children and part of your purpose is to provide for those children and be with your family, and you understand that, but you feel something else is lacking and you can't figure it out, what is the lack? That's where you have to start exploring. You have to start going, okay, I'm balancing the children, but maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, you start meditating, you start writing, you start creating, you start drawing. It's really easy and surprisingly easy, which is astonishing, to write a book. All you need is 5 minutes a day. If you write for 5 minutes a day, you have written a full-length novel by the end of a year. 5 minutes a day. You can write more than a full-length novel by the end of a year. That's all you need. So what you need to do is to discover yourself. If you don't feel like you're in your authenticity, you probably aren't, and it means you need to go into discovery mode and start saying, what am I missing? What will help me? What do I want? What is my end goal? How do I get there? What do I see in the future for myself? And then start baby steps. Part of my thing is I want a van. I want to live in a van. I'm in my Subaru. Step one. Living in a tent. Step two, type of thing. Baby steps. Love you all. Grateful for each and every one of you.